It's time again for a late-night horror watch, and today's film is from an American horror series. The story begins on a dark, rainy day. A woman is returning home from the supermarket when she notices a missing person poster on the bulletin board. Strangely, she smudges out the girl's face on the notice. Moments later, she starts vomiting blood uncontrollably. The blood spills everywhere, flooding the ground around her. At home, her 3 children wait anxiously for her return, but she never arrives. After hours of waiting, the police come to the door with terrible news. Their mother is gone. Witnesses say she was swept away by the heavy rain. This shocking tragedy crushes the family. Her husband, John, tries to stay strong. He tells his eldest daughter, "Your mother is gone. Now you have to take her place and take care of this family." But this family is far from ordinary. John enforces a strict and horrifying rule: they can eat nothing except human flesh. The youngest son, little Michael, is too young to understand what this really means. But the 2 older daughters, Emma and Sarah, know the truth. They realize this way of life is not only illegal, but dangerous. Their mother's death was actually caused by a rare disease, a kind of soft tissue virus that came from consuming too much human flesh. The girls feel trapped between fear of their father and their growing desire to break free. That night, a violent storm breaks a tree near the highway. John hears the crash and assumes a car must have broken down. He drives out to check and finds a woman stranded on the roadside with her vehicle. He approaches her calmly with his cane. We can all guess what happens next. The following day, the woman's parents go to the police and report her missing. They say she vanished mysteriously in the heavy rain, neither alive nor dead in anyone's eyes. What they don't know is that their daughter has already become dinner for John and his family. The police claim there are no clues and simply put her name on the missing persons list. Meanwhile, a local forensic pathologist named David is also grieving. His daughter has been missing for some time, and despite his job, he has no leads. He knows better than anyone that she's probably already dead. While walking his dog one day, the animal finds a human bone stuck in a stream bank. David takes it to the station, but the sheriff brushes it off, saying it might have just washed out of a cemetery during the storm. David is speechless and frustrated. He's a pathologist, not a detective, so he has no power to push further. Back at John's home, young Michael wanders into the basement area. There, he notices a locked door. Curious, he kneels down and peeks through the crack. To his horror, he sees a pair of female hands reaching out, begging for help. Terrified, Michael runs upstairs, only to run straight into John. His father coldly warns him never to go down there again. It's not a place for children. Later that night, Emma hears a knock at the door. Standing outside is Alex, an old classmate who once had a crush on her. He explains that after moving schools he always missed her, and now that he's back, he wants to take her out for dinner or a movie. Emma, knowing her father's strict rules, can only smile weakly and say little. The next day, both sisters sneak into the basement. Unlocking the door, they find a horrifying sight: a young woman chained under the table. To their shock, it's David's missing daughter. John orders Emma and Sarah to kill her themselves, saying the family will eat her that very night. The sisters hesitate, torn between morality and fear. Emma tries to free the woman but can't overcome her father's command. Finally, with Sarah's help, they pull the woman out. Looking into her desperate, pleading eyes, Emma steels herself and strikes her down with a hammer. The blow is so loud that a neighbor passing outside hears it. The neighbor doesn't dare enter. She just listens quietly through the door, disturbed but unwilling to interfere. That evening, the family prepares a grand dinner from their gruesome meal. But elsewhere, the police discover the body of John's wife. Soon after, Alex runs into Emma near the creek while fishing. The two spend time together and eventually share a kiss. Just as they begin to enjoy each other's company, an arrow suddenly pierces Alex's head. John had been watching. He coldly tells Emma that romance is for the future. Right now, her only duty is to replace her mother and care for her siblings. Back home that night, as the family gathers to eat, David suddenly storms in. He confronts John directly, revealing that his wife had died from the soft tissue virus caused by cannibalism. He demands to know if John killed his daughter. John tries to deflect, all while reaching for a gun hidden in the drawer. He seizes the moment and fires. Emma tries to stop him, but the bullet grazes her head and hits David in the shoulder. Thinking John is down, David grabs his gun to check on Emma. But John isn't dead. He rises and smashes David with a clay pot, turning the fight even more brutal. Meanwhile, Sarah and Michael try to escape by car but are intercepted. They flee into a neighbor's house, begging for help. Instead of calling the police, the neighbor simply stares through the glass door. John smashes through, slits the neighbor's throat, and drags the children back home. Preparing yet another dinner, John notices Sarah crying. He gently tries to comfort her, but this time something changes. Sarah suddenly bites his neck. Emma joins in, and together the daughters unleash all the rage they've bottled up. They finally fight back, and John is killed. In the end, Emma drives away with Michael, leaving behind the nightmare of their father's twisted legacy. This film isn't just about gore. It's about how blind traditions and superstitious beliefs, when forced on the next generation, can destroy entire families.